Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all having a wonderful week. It is Amy here, and today I am going to do a 2-page layout. Now, I have pre-printed my photos. So recently, my husband and I went on an amazing winter trip, which is really special when you live in the South. I grew up in Connecticut. I love the seasons. I love living in Charleston in the spring and the summer, but the fall and the winter can be a little bit challenging, as I do love cold, crisp falls and snowy winters. And I got just that several weeks ago when we went to Whitefish, Montana. So I have been challenged by a group of fellow close to my heart makers to recreate this sketch, and that is what I am going to do now. So I'm going to bring in one of my Verzamats. We'll start with the left page first. We're going to do a 12 by 12 page, and I am going to do a winter layout using the Life's a Hoot collection that is the feature collection this month with Close to My Heart. It's kind of a springtime collection with owls, and I'm going to use it to create a winter layout. I'm also going to bring in some bits and pieces of a retired collection which was called Wonderful. And then the other thing I did do was bring in some stamps. So I knew I wanted to use the Moxie alphabet. I love this alphabet. It's one of the ones that is currently featured in our current core idea book. It is actually on sale during this entire month of March. If you're watching this in March of 2023, the stamp set and the thin cuts are on sale right now for a great price. And then I just went through my stamps and pulled some other sets to see what might work. So I've got this one, which is the Jingle Joy scrapbooking. Again, it comes with the thin cuts. It's a Christmas one, but I liked the trees in that one. I used the Christmas Story scrapbooking with that tree. Again, several of these are retired now, but they worked with my layout. I used the Snow Much Fun. This one also comes with thin cuts. This set I love. It's called Lovin' Right Now, and it is great because it's got all kinds of sentiments. It's got journaling spots. It's great for card making and scrapbooking. I used the Seas and Greetings Winter. I used the Anthem alphabet. I love this alphabet. It does come with 4 banner dies, thin cuts. I'm just using the letters on my page. Then I earned this trip with Close to My Heart, and this was the exclusive stamp set that they sent to all the trip earners. So I used an image in that. And then some of the other thin cuts that I pulled out, the standalone thin cuts, is the tag set. This is called Buildable Tags. I use this all the time. It's always on my desk. And then the other one I used were the tabs thin cuts. So all different kinds of tabs. So those are the variety of things that I used. I did do a lot of the cutting and stamping ahead of time just to save time so this video wouldn't take forever, but I did leave a little bit to do with you all. So the first thing I'm going to do, I will tack my base page down a little bit just so that it won't move. And I am working on my Versamat. The Versamat is great when you are creating because it's got all the lines, so you can line everything up and everything can be nice and straight. Then I have this piece, and this is an exclusive pattern paper that comes in the Life Sahoot scrapbooking workshop. So in those workshops, you get the paper pack, you get your cardstocks, and then you get exclusive papers. And this is one of those papers. And I trimmed this down to 11.5 by 11 3/4. And we are just going to adhere it so that it's flush on the right side, but then there is a border around the top and bottom and the left side. Of course, I run out of adhesive, but I did bring a new one. I like to use the Close to My Heart tape runners. I like to use them because they work great on all the different types of papers as well as on photos, and they provide you with a little bit of a grace period. So if you put something down and it's crooked or you don't like it, you do have a little bit of wiggle room to pick it up and reposition it without ruining your project. All right, so there is that. Next thing that we are going to do is take this piece, and this is another pattern paper that is exclusive to that Life Sahoot scrapbooking workshop kit. And this one I'm going to put right in the center. And you know what I just realized? The sketch that I showed you was the wrong sketch. I must have put the other sketch is on the kitchen table in the other room. So I am just going to go with memory on this. I did kind of think this out ahead of time, just because there were lots of parts and pieces. Sometimes I do everything off the cuff with you, and sometimes I do some planning ahead of time. So the next thing we're going to do is take this pattern. It kind of reminds me of snow, and this is from the current Mix-Ins collection. And the thicker piece goes at the top, and the thinner piece goes at the bottom. So one is 1.5 by 5, and the other one is 1.25 by 5. So what's nice about this is this looks like it's one continuous piece of paper behind this kind of water brush. But to save paper, you can just do strips at each end, which is a fun paper saving tip. Then I've got my photo mats. So here is our photo, and I am going to mat that on a piece of white daisy cardstock, and then we will mat it on a slightly larger sapphire blue, just to allow it to pop a little bit. So my mat is 1/4 of an inch bigger than the photo, and then the sapphire blue is 1/8 of an inch. And I like to just put adhesive in the middle, kind of leaving the ends open so that I can tuck some things underneath. So you can see this is just a very slight mat. Well, you know what I forgot to do, and here is a perfect example of why I love this adhesive. I'm going to take this piece off because I do have this zip strip. And this zip strip, it's a, what is the color? It is Desert Rose. And this comes from the Wonderland collection. It's got some little snowflakes on it. So I had some scraps, and this I thought was the perfect little embellishment to put down here. And it brings out the pink color in my ski pants. So I'm just going to add this flush with the bottom. And then let's put a little bit more adhesive here. We'll put this right here like this. And then we will be good to go. Now this is going to go right here. And then this is where the tabs thin cut came into play. So here is one of those tab thin cuts. So it does come with a scored line at the top, so you can fold it over like this. Lots of times I like to just trim that because I can use the other piece on another project. So I'm going to stick this, I think is going to go right there like that. And then in the stamp set, this one right here, they have the image that says "Lovin' Right Now." So I thought we could stamp that with my sapphire ink. You know what, I'm going to do it in black. And this is a new image, so I am going to season it. I like to just rub it on my wrist. And I'll ink it up, and I'm going to bring my desk pad in and just stamp it once here. Oh, and it's upside down. It's a good thing I did that. Okay, I think that's good. So let's go ahead and stamp that on our tag. Make sure my tag is straight. Giving it a minute for the ink to seep in. And there we have "Lovin' Right Now." Okay, so take that and let's go ahead and adhere our picture. Right here like this. So it is really lots of fun to take papers from different collections and add them to a project. So there's our "Lovin' Right Now." And now the next thing I did here is one of those evergreen trees that I thin cut and stamped. And then I did go through and I found some of my snowflake thin cuts, and I cut them out of white glitter paper. And so what I'm thinking is I could put a tree here. I was infatuated with the evergreen trees. It's funny because before I moved to Charleston, I was in love with palm trees, and I would get all giddy when I saw palm trees. Well, now that I've been here, I get giddy over evergreen trees now. So here are some of the trees that I pre-cut and pre-stamped. And then I did stamp a snowman. It's another tree. And let's just play. The other thing that I did is I used that Moxie alphabet and thin cut. So I cut my title, which I'm thinking is going to go right here like this. Now this day we went snowshoeing, and it was our first time snowshoeing. It had been on my bucket list for years. We were supposed to do it, about 15 years ago out in Colorado, and it got canceled for some reason. So I finally got my snowshoeing in, And what I'm thinking is I've got my big title Snow, and then I think I'm going to do shoeing with this alphabet right here. So maybe we should do that next before I start adhering things down. Let's so we've got snow, and then shoeing should fit right there. And what I think I'm gonna do, lots of times when I'm using alphabets, I still like to stamp each letter individually because then I get the right spacing. So it's a brand new stamp set for me. There are the dies that come with it, but we are not going to use the dies today. What I am going to do is spell this word backwards to make sure I have enough space. So I'm gonna season it, and I'm gonna get my sapphire. Got my sapphire ink, and all right, so I'm thinking I want this to go right here like this. Sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking to stamp right on your page, so if you wanted to stamp them on scrap paper or on white daisy or you know, another paper, and then add the strip, you could do that, but I am being adventuresome right now, and we're gonna give this a go. I really like this alphabet set. So now we need an I. And I have the word spelled out on a piece of scrap paper that I'm referring to so I don't misspell. Do you ever stamp right on a layout and then realize that you spelt it wrong? And it does not have to be perfect. I embrace imperfection. I do really like this alphabet. So it is fun to include stamping and stickers and die cuts all in one layout. I panicked there for a minute. I was like, did I misspell this? I hope my head isn't getting in the way. It's a little crook, a little up and down, but that's okay. It's challenging doing this, trying to keep my head out of the camera. So again, I am just seasoning my stamps because they are brand new. And I'll embrace that some of them are a little bit taller than others. They're like kind of going up and down because that's what you do when you go snowshoeing, right? Okay. So there is that. Put my stamped chamois away. I'll put my stamp set away so we have more room to work. I'm going to bring in some tri-blend markers to color in our snowman. But before we do that, why don't we adhere our big letters. Now I could adhere them with foam tape and make them pop, but I think I'm gonna just do them flat because we're gonna add a lot of embellishments. It's kind of ironic that I'm doing a snow layout when it is very unseasonably warm here in Charleston. I think it's supposed to get up to 85 today. It's been warm all week. And that is unseasonably warm for this time of year. I'm just hoping that we'll have warm weather at Easter time. Okay, so there is our snowshoeing. Now let's go ahead, and what I'm thinking is I like the tree there, and then maybe we'll put that snowflake behind it, and we'll put this one in front of it, and then I thought I would do a cluster of trees here. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to use pine ink or sage ink, so I did a few of both. So I'm gonna adhere this snowflake and put that right about here. So I'm creating this cluster, and when I create clusters, I do like to have them touch. So we'll put that one right there like this. And then we'll add our little trees right here. So we'll put a little bit of adhesive. I'm gonna put this one here. And I think I might foam tape this one. So I think I'll put this one on with some foam tape. I am all out. Oh no, here's a little bit of thin, so this will be perfect. Just put a little bit on that. Stick that right there like that. And then I'm going to just put this snowflake right on top like that, just to create a little cluster. Right there like that. Okay, so then we're gonna add our snowman. I thought the snowman would look cute right there. We are going to color him. So let me get my markers. And I'm thinking I want to bring in that pink shade. So let me grab, here's antique pink. I always like to have a little scrap so I could test the colors. That might work. And then we also have coral. Oh, that's not gonna work. Nope. Let's try this one. I think I like the antique. We'll use the coral for the nose. So I think we'll use the dark. And I am just going to, because this is such a small area, I'm not going to do much shading, but I think I'll use the mid color for the tassels and the little pom-pom up at the top. Let's go with the medium. Can't even really tell. Let's see what the light looks like. And that's almost too light, but I'm going to keep it. And then coral. Maybe I'll do the orange. Yeah, let's do the orange. We're going to do the light end of the coral blend, or the orange, and do his carrot. Now the other thing I noticed, I stamped this image a while ago and I see that it wasn't a full, it's kind of light on that little hand. So I'm just going to get my journaling pen and just go over this, and you won't even know. Now another thing that would be fun to do is add some shimmer brush to the snowman. And I do have my shimmer brush over here, so maybe we'll add some shimmer to this. I think that maybe I'll add him with some foam tape to give him some dimension. Okay, so I'll add him. And then this page will almost be complete. So I think I like him right there like that. And so that antique pink brings in the pink from here and here. Now let's see, let me get my shimmer brush. And maybe we'll just add a little bit of shimmer, because the snow was shimmering. It was such a beautiful day. We were actually at Glacier National Park. Perfect. So I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up, but it is definitely glistening. Now it looks just a little bare over here, so I did notice when I pulled this stamp set, the Season Greetings, I did have some of these snowflakes already stamped. So I think I might just stick those right there like that, maybe. And those were done with Glacier. That. And then I did pull in, I had some of the dots from that Wonderland collection. So maybe I can add some more of that pink color. Thinking in the center of the snowflakes. Yeah, I like that. And I like that. And then maybe the tiny ones put right here. And here. And another sheet. And here. So far I have used Life's a Hoot, the Current Mix-Ins, and then Wonderland paper. I also did cut some of the sentiment stickers from, this is the sticker sheet from Wonderland. So lots of times when I'm auditioning different things, I'll cut things out of the sticker sheet to see if I like them, or you can use your anti-static pouch. So I liked the Winter Magic. Maybe we'll put that right there. Why not? Magic. There we go. All right, I am liking that. So here is the first page. Really like that. All right, let's bring in the second page. So I've got my base page again, which is the sapphire. And then we've got the same pieces, that other exclusive piece that comes in the Life's a Hoop. And it's always a good thing to bring in the coordinating page just to make sure that I line everything up. That looks good. I'm just gonna check it here. Yep, that looks good. So then we have that other kind of like watercolor airbrushed piece that's going to go down the center. And again, I did pre-cut these pieces just so that this video wasn't super long. I'm not sure if I've ever done a 2-page layout on camera before, other than maybe a craft with heart, and so I didn't want to take up all your time. So then we've got our mix-ins again, and I've got my zip strip. So let's go ahead and adhere this. I think this mix-in pattern, it just makes me think of snow falling. Oops. Yep, that's good. I'll put this one down. So this one is the same dimensions. It's 1.5 at the top and 1 1/4 at the bottom, but these are 7 inches long, whereas on the left side they were, oh, I made the same mistake again. Sometimes I can't talk and create at the same time. So thank you for bearing with me. So I would love to know if you are a winter snow person, or if you prefer sunshine and high temps 24/7, 365 days out of the year. I am really excited about making pages for all the pictures we took on this trip because it was amazing. So I'm just checking to make sure this all lines up, and it does, so we are good. So on this page, we're going to have 3 photos, and I did cut some mats. So the first one, the 4x4 photo, we're gonna mat it on White Daisy, and then again on Sapphire, so that it will pop. But on the other 2, we are just going to mat them on the White Daisy because they are going to be, this one's going to be matted, it's placed down here, so it's going to go on that sapphire, and it got lost with that sapphire border. And then here's just a scenery picture. I'm going to put that on crooked. Okie doke. So this is going to go like this. And then we're going to have this one here like that. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere the 4x6 around the 3x4. It's about a 1/2 inch in from the left and 1/2 inch up from the bottom, and this one's going to go right above it, just like that. Now this one we're going to put right here, and then we're going to add some embellishment. So I did, here's where I brought in that build a tag. So this is an exclusive piece that came from the Wonderful or Wonderland collection. And what's nice about that tag set is you get the little die to put where the hole is. So I cut that out of the Desert Rose. And I'll just stick that there, and that just gives it a pop of color. And I'm thinking we're going to put this right here like this. I do have some more snowflakes that I cut out of the white glitter cardstock. And then I have a few more of these fun trees. Again, I stamped them in pine and in sage. And I'm just kind of auditioning these right now to see how I want them to go. Move this over. I did cut this, the best trip that came out of that stamp set, that the exclusive stamp set that Close to My Heart sent me when I earned the trip. I don't know if I like that, or maybe do something like that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and adhere the photo down. I'm just going to put adhesive kind of at the bottom and in the center so I can stick things behind it. It's a scrapbook page, so it's going to go in a protector. If it was a card, I'd put more adhesive. Okay, so I do know I want to stick this underneath like this. And I thought that the different colors added some interest. And then I do know I want to put my snowflakes around like this, because this is kind of carrying over from the previous page, and I'm kind of forming an L around my page. So what you do on one side, you'd like to have going on the other page, the corresponding page. So we'll go ahead and stick these down, and I think I'll add some of those colored dots to make the snowflakes pop. Like that. I don't know if they should be touching a little bit more. Let's see, maybe. I'm thinking why I create this with you. You stick this under, but that over. Okay, I think I kind of like that. Okay, like that. So now we need to figure out this. I wonder if I need another tree. I do have some more trees, I think. Yeah, I do. Let's see. Let us see. Maybe do this one. I'm going to bunch them up a little bit more. That. Or should we do it right here? No, I definitely don't like that. I don't know. Well, let's just think about that. I did stamp some boots from this set, the Snow Much Fun. So I thought that would be appropriate because we were snowshoeing. So I was thinking we could have those right there like that. And then this fun little journaling little spot, journaling well. And this one came from that set right here. So it's this. So I thought I would use that because I liked how it had the ratings with the stars. So maybe I'll go like that. Oh, maybe we could do this right here. Kind of like that. I could pop that, or I could stamp it in a different color. Okay, so that might work. So let's go ahead and color our boots. And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna use the antique pink. So let's go ahead and color these. And then, you know what I'm thinking? I have some of that Fun Flock. I could put fur. I could put on for the fur on the boots. So we'll try that. Maybe I'll do this portion in blue. Just to make it fun, just to give it a little bit more color. So with the Life's a Hoot collection, purple is one of the main colors, but we're not even using purple, which is what I love about close to my heart colors. Maybe we'll do this in the light. I'm afraid if I did it in blue, we might lose the black lines. So we'll do this in the light. And again, I'm not really worrying too much about the shading on these. And then let's do the medium for right here. So in those little areas, I like to just dot it. And then maybe we'll do the light for right here. So I guess these boots are more girly, so they'll be my boots. But let me get my Fun Flock, because this will be really cute. I have my Fun Flock right over here, so bear with me for a minute. I've used Fun Flock on other projects before, so you may have seen me use this. We do not carry this anymore, but it is super fun. Let me get my glue. And what I'm gonna do is just put some glue. Oops, that was a little bit too much glue. Let me clean some of that off. So I don't want to hide the details. And then I just sprinkle a little of this. And what this is it's kind of like cotton ball shaving. So not sure if the camera, if you can see, but it's fun. And a little bit of this goes a long, long way. I've had this bottle for a very long time. So there's our other boot. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, let me clean this up. And put some adhesive. So you can see that the marker does bleed through. So you want to have a protective surface when you are using the tri-blend markers. So I'm gonna go like this. How did I do this? I don't wanna cover there. We'll do it like, so it looks like they're walking. Okay, like that. And then we'll put this maybe right there like that. And I can fill out my journaling. And we can do the best strip. I don't know if I will. Decisions. Or do I want it up here? Let's add some centers to these. So we've got that, so I like that. Maybe I do like that, just right there like that. Or should we? Cover them up a little bit more. Oh geez, I just need to make a decision. Okay, maybe stick these right here like this. I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and put adhesive on our trees. And we'll go right here. And here. I don't want that to cover up. I don't want the tree to cover that up. And maybe stick that right there like that. Or do we want it down here like that? No. Or maybe we'll go like this. Do one right here like this. And this one can go right here like this. And we can stick that right there like that. Nope, don't like that. Oh my goodness, I can't decide. What is a girl to do? There. And then I'm going to put this right here like that. And I might even do that with a dot. And call it a day. There we go. Now I do have a few other stickers. So I've got Remember This, Simply the Best, and that's the purple. And I've got love this. I think I'm going to put love this right here. And then, well, because we have love this, I'm not going to use remember this. I wonder if I should have done remember this instead. I don't know if it's too late. Let's see if we can pull this back. I don't know. We're going to get lucky. I think. No, we're just going to leave it. I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to call it a day. Maybe we'll put this right up here to bring in a little bit more purple. Simply the best. There we go. There is our page. I will go ahead and journal off camera. I will right now color in all my stars. I like to journal off camera because I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. But it was definitely a 5-star day. It was Glacier National Park. It was February 13th, and I'll write a little bit, but there you have it. So there is that page. And here is the other page. So I did lots of embellishment clusters. I combined paper from different collections, and then I used lots of stamping, thin cutting, stickers, some embellishments, and I'm really happy with this page. So thanks so much for joining. If you like this video, you could give me a thumbs up. That helps me grow my channel. Share my page with other people, and I'll be back again soon with another project. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.